We've all been there. You're on the road, making an important business presentation, and then your laptop runs out of power. Well, have no fear, I have the solution here. Today, we will build a 12-volt laptop charger you can use in your car. For this, we will use a cheap boost converter which you can buy online. And we will need a simple hack to make the laptop recognize it as a genuine charger. In this video, I will show you the following. First, I will quickly explain how the TL494 boost module works and where you can buy it. Then, I will do a thermal test to see if it's suitable for our project. After that, I will show some charge hacks. Just applying power to the laptop is not always enough. Some smart hack is needed to trick the laptop detection circuits and accept our DIY charger. And finally, we will assemble it all together and test the charger. Let's start with the TL494 boost module. To boost the car battery voltage to about 20 volts, I use a boost converter module based on the TL494. You can buy it online. Just search 400 watt 15 ampere boost and make sure it looks like the module here. The TL494 controller is a classic power supply control IC. A real classic for 45 years already. It is still popular because it provides dual control for output voltage and current. It's also very versatile. You can build many different power supply circuit topologies with it. I found this description of the module online. You can adjust the voltage and the current with these two potentiometers. I set the current to maximum and the voltage to 19.5 volt for my Hewlett-Packard laptop. Now let's switch it on and see if it can deliver 65 watts to charge the laptop. To make sure the module can deliver enough power without burning a hole in my car, I did a thermal test. I powered the module with 13.5 volt on the input using a lab power supply. You will need at least 6 amps. I put two thermocouples on the diode and the MOSFET tabs to measure the temperature. And I put a load on the output with a collection of high power resistors of 39, 10 and 5.6 ohms. In the results we can see that the highest temperature is the diode. At 70 watts it will become about 62 degrees, so quite some margin left for the 65 watt we need for our laptop. The online shop specifies an amazing 400 watts. I expect the real maximum is 100 watt. So we can still trust physics, and the universal eBay constant of 4 remains valid. Still a nice module. 100 watt with this size and price is actually really good. Now we have 20 volts 65 watts available in the car. Can we charge our laptop now? Well, almost. We still need a small hack for the laptop detection circuits to accept our DIY charger. To charge a laptop, you first must have the right voltage. So for the three brands on this slide, you see there are minor differences. For this, we can adjust the voltage with the potentiometer on the DC-DC module. I adjusted mine to 19.5 volt for Hewlett-Packard. Then, the laptops often have detection circuits to check what power the charger can deliver. For HP, you have 40, 65 and 150 watt chargers. The laptop needs to know what charger you connect, so it does not try to draw 150 watt from a 45 watt charger. This is done by resistors connected to a third wire. For HP, 330K connected from the white plus wire to the signal wire means 65 watt. I checked it and 300K to 390K worked for three types of laptops I have. So I picked 330K to be safe. You can find tables of these resistor values online, but they are not very reliable. I checked online and Lenovo needs 280 ohms from ground to the signal wire. but I have no Lenovo laptop, so you have to verify that yourself. You can just cut the signal wire of your charger and try some resistors. Acer is much easier. Just apply 19 volts and it will charge. I have no Acer laptop, so please verify it yourself. Now how about Dell? Well, Dell uses a special communication chip, a D2501, which is very hard to get. So I do not mention it here as an option because it's just too complicated. Now let's put everything together and charge my laptop. Here you see the final result. I built the DC-DC module in a plastic case. Here's the 330K resistor I need for my HP laptop. The case has strain reliefs for the cables. At the bottom here you see the HP charger plug, and on top you see a 12 volt plug that fits into the car cigarette lighter socket. Fun fact, the 12 volt plug was also bought online for cheap. The steel spring inside conducts the full 5 amperes. A good example that steel is not a good conductor. During charging, the plug started to smoke and melted. To solve this, I put some desolder leads over the spring and now it works okay. Well, let's plug it in. So now I can continue playing Doom in the car. I hope you learned something from this video. If it was useful for you, please like and subscribe, and leave your suggestions and experiences in the comments.